Howdy everyone, you got Frankenfoot back for another Queen Walk, Golem, Bowler, Balloons, Lalu, Lava Hand, whatever, I don't know, this thing doesn't have a good name. But first time I've ever done a war attack using this thing, and I was able to pull the rabbit out of the hat twice and get two stars on this. Unbelievable. Especially because I suck at air attacks. But take a look at this base. Max defenses, walls, you know, a lot of them are higher, but not really max. The heroes are kind of weak, though, so I had that working for me, I guess, in this case. I've not really got this to work on a completely maxed out, max heroes, max wall, Town Hall 9, but there's no reason to think that it wouldn't work if the base was set up for this. But I'm so interested in these air attacks here because, again, I have got xbows in the down position. And I've had too many GoBoLaLoons or HPHBs go sour on me when that's the case. And so, I looked at this base, thought long and hard about how to attack this thing. Because, you know, I actually have time off of work and I can actually sit down here and think. This is very atypical for me, but it's a welcome change. So, when I took a look at this base, I recognized that I'm going to want to cross, if I start with the Queen Walk, I'm going to have to cross this direction eventually to take care of the Queen. I thought about maybe trying a Suicide King here, but I didn't think that'd really buy me anything. And there's no guarantee I can get the Queen to hop out of that little thing right here. If this wall were right up against her, she would hop out. But because she's got this gap here, she might hop out, she might not, I'm not sure. I'm sure I could finagle her to do it, but I didn't see any real need to have the Suicide King here. So I want to walk in this direction. The base is pretty darn symmetrical. So there's no real reason to attack from this side versus this side, except that I've got the Queen here to contend with. And for the air portion, the King is of no threat or no consequence whatsoever, so it makes sense to start the air portion over here. And let the King ignore it. Plus, I've got the clan castle over here that's just got this outreach over here. Just barely can the Queen get to it. Can something get to it if they stand outside of the wall. So I actually brought a hog with me as backup because I wasn't 100% sure the Queen was going to get to the point to where she's trying to shoot over this wall. I thought that there's a chance she may be able to reach that air defense from standing over this wall, but I wasn't certain of that, so I didn't bank on that. So I brought one hog with me, and in the event she gets to say about here and she's starting to take out these buildings, I will drop a hog in this archer tower because that's all that'll be left, and I'll get the clan castle pull. This was the first hit, but they've been doing a lot of dragons and wizards and stuff in their clan castle, so nothing that a Queen Walk couldn't take care of. A Queen Walk is the most effective way to get rid of a clan castle that I've ever encountered. I mean, you can use golems and other things, but they certainly take a beating rather quickly. The Queen Walk, get it through it, you're good to go. Pretty darn sure there's Teslas in here. I didn't even check that in the replay, but, I've seen this so many times that I know there's Teslas in there, so I'm not even going to bother. So I'm going to start with a minion over here. I can't remember if I did one, or let's check. I did one minion. Just to start clearing these buildings over here, because eventually I'm going to want to enter the base over here. And I'll drop him off at the start of this raid and let him start working while I move in this direction. And if you look in this direction, there's not a whole lot that can pester an air troop over here, so I'm going to drop a baby dragon and drop him right here and let him work his way this way. Need him to get rid of these two buildings. The rest of them, anything beyond that, is just a bonus. But that little dragon actually made it all the way through here and all the way over here before he even started taking damage. So he pretty much cleared up this entire half of the trash ring for me. Or entire quarter of the trash ring, I should say. So I'm going to drop my Queen on here with 4 healers behind her. She can take out this building and this building. She's not going to be able to reach that archer tower. In this corner, she may be able to reach that air defense. I wasn't sure about that. It seems like that she might, she may not. I don't know. So I wasn't banking on that thing being taken out for this attack. I had a backup plan to get there and get to that thing. But the Queen's going to walk in this direction. And as she's moving, she's going to hit the Queen somewhere around here. And the unfortunate thing is I've got the Expo here that if she's standing right here is going to be pounding on her too. And she's going to hit the clan castle at pretty darn close to that same time. So I'm going to have my finger on the rage spell the whole time, or the queen's ability for the whole time, because the worst thing that can happen with a queen walk is you lose your queen prematurely. So definitely going to not let that happen. Drop the queen ability, drop the rage earlier rather than later. You don't want to lose her. Then once the queen gets over here, I'm going to replicate what I did in the last attack. I'm just going to send a golem in over here, let him start tanking, and very quickly drop wall breakers behind him. I'll probably do that when the queen starts getting to be about here-ish. And then drop the king and the bowlers and let them work their way in here. I think I made a mistake. I dropped the wall breakers here thinking they'd go for the corner, but for whatever goofy reason they decided to run around and go to this piece of the wall, which was exactly where the golem was, so they got fried by the wizard tower. I just don't... the wall breakers have been very unkind to me of late, and I don't know what I've done to make them angry. But I wish I hadn't. But it's okay. I had the king use his ability to bust in. And once they're in here, they've got clear line of fire on this air defense and this air defense between the queen and the bowlers. They should knock both of those out pretty easily. And as soon as those are gone, then I'm going to zap quake this air defense. So this should be gone, this should be gone, zap quake gone, only air defense left. Drop one hound in this direction. Let him start absorbing damage from these guys here. With 1, 2, 3, 4 balloons behind him. Then drop the second hound in this direction with another 2 balloons behind him, keeping 1 or 2 in reserve just in case I need it. So I'll have 6 balloons to contend with. Don't plan on having a rage spell left, but if I do, rage the balloons to get them to this air defense rather quickly. And I'm saving a few balloons for the end. Maybe try to distract that archer tower, try to clean up whatever it is I need for him. And this again was another just absolutely just devastating attack. Don't usually have attacks go this well, no matter what my army composition. But the downed xbows and the fact that these air defenses are pretty close together and this compact base design, I think all plays a role into making this be a really devastating attack for this layout. Anyways, we'll watch this darn thing play out. So minion comes down over here. Boop, there he is. He's going to start taking care of these buildings. And down here you will have the archer queen come out. There she is. Healers behind her. And launch the baby dragon here to help establish the funnel. So far things are going okay. Queen walks up, starts taking out that cannon. 2-point defense is on her. She'll take out that cannon quick if not a problem. Now she's got that expo on her. She's starting to get hit pretty bad. And now I've got the expo, the queen, and the clan castle on her. So it's time for the rage. It's time for the queen's ability. Mowing through that. Didn't even use the poison spell because I'm holding on to that in case this guy's got flying skeletons, which turned out not to be the case, I don't think. So the queen was able to take out that air defense. God bless her. And look, the baby dragon's made it all the way over here and still hasn't taken any damage. So now, let's pause the action for a minute, take a look what happened. This minion has taken out these 2 defenses. I've dropped the golem to tank for all this, and I'm letting the wizard come and bang out these buildings here. I don't care if these buildings are up so much because the funnel more or less has been established. I'm going to drop the bowler somewhere around where the queen is and the king wherever he needs to start to bust into this wall and maybe get some tanking done. So yeah, funnel just needs to be in this direction. Thanks to the queen walk, all this is gone, right? There's nothing the bowlers can get that the queen can't reach. So they have nothing to draw them in this direction. They're only going to want to move in this direction. So these buildings need to go. And I'd try the wall breakers, and I was aiming for this corner. I should have done it over here. I think I did them down here, but they decided to run in between these 2 buildings and just fry themselves. That's it. Alright, backup plan. Got to get the king in there. And I've got to have him bust through this wall before the queen wipes everything out. So I use his rage right away. Bust through the wall, bowlers come down, drop a rage spell in here, which will help people clear all these buildings quickly, and it'll help keep that healer up and heal everything rather quick. So those air defenses are down. I'm zap quaking this other one right now, so this guy's gone. And now here comes the hounds up top. And they're going to park it here. They're going to tank for all these things for the balloons. 4 balloons here, second hound, 2 more balloons. So I've got 2 in the bank, 6 balloons total running around. No rage spells left, but it doesn't matter. Everything's focused on these hounds. Everything is focused on these hounds. One of them pops, so now the balloons are starting to take some heat. But balloons are a lot more robust than I've ever given them credit for. That's what I've found in raiding with these guys. And this hounds can take one heck of a beating. Especially when the xbows are down. There's nothing on them. Though I've had this work when the xbows are up too. But the hounds are, they're quite robust. And so balloons pretty much take care of everything. That they still got that archer tower, but that's about to fall. I had an extra hog, so I just dropped him. But he's going to do a whole lot of nothing. Just hit a giant bomb. Why not? King and bowlers are killing stuff up here. It didn't even... I didn't even realize that. I didn't even take out that the enemy king. There was no need to even take out the enemy king. He was still standing at the end of this raid. That was special. What took out his pedestal? Let's watch this again. Let's see what took out the king's pedestal. Let's also watch this baby dragon. Look how far this little guy went. He's still not taking any damage whatsoever. Finally, he gets in the range of that archer tower and almost even takes out that cannon. So what takes out the king's pedestal? I guess the balloons took it out when they were taking out that mortar. Oh, no. What on earth took out the king's pedestal? Maybe the bowlers got it on a bounce. Speed up a little bit. Oh, wait. No, I missed it. I totally missed it. Gosh darn it. We're going to do this again. But look, king's still alive at the end of the raid. That's how irrelevant he is to an air attack. Magnificent. I can't believe I'm getting these to work. I can't tell you how many times I have struggled to get air attacks to work properly. But this little recipe seems to be working quite well as long as you can get 2 air defenses on a queen walk. And bowlers, if you keep them alive and tanked, are excellent at cleanup. Yeah, so the strategy is queen walk and then take out some air defenses and drop the balloons in whatever path it will take in order to get them. We'll keep an eye on this thing. Drop the balloons in whatever path it takes to keep them defenses from damaging your kill squad. So we'll just, think of yourselves working around the base in a circular fashion, whatever's next. In that case, that's archer tower. That's where you drop the balloons. It was a pup. This little pup. God bless you, little pup. Shoot those fireballs at your face. Yeah, he took out the pedestal. Didn't know, look at these balloons flying around. Didn't even care about the king. He's still not shooting the king. King doesn't even have a place to sleep at night. But nothing's even going to touch him in this raid. Well, I think he gets touched. He gets banged on the head probably with a rock or something at some point in time. Oh, no, this same little pup, that took out his bed is now shooting fireballs up his butt. Oh, God bless you. Oh. I don't even know what to do. I can't do this. I'm not the air attack guy. This must be a very powerful strategy if the base is right for it. Because I don't know my head from a hole in the ground when it comes to air attacks. But yeah, 6-star war, and now it's time to take a break for Christmas. So I'll probably forget everything that I learned on how to do about this. All right. Fantastic. Great. And that's it for me. I'm checking out. I'll talk to you later. And hopefully in the future I'll get to try this over a base that's maybe got higher level walls and higher level heroes, because it's kind of a hollow victory when the queen's only level 6. But the rest of the defenses were maxed, and especially for a queen walk, that's really where the rubber hits the road. You rage a queen on a queen walk, or you rage the healers on a queen walk, or you drop the queen's ability. You're going to take out the enemy queen no matter what. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to try this out on a higher level base at some point in time. We'll see how it works out. All right, Frankenfoot is checking out.